This doesn't sound to me like it's on now. It's on. Hello, good morning. We are developing a gene therapy approach for the liver disease, and specifically what we're doing is knocking down the ability of the liver to actually make the alpha-1 antitrypsin, to make the mutant protein. We're very excited about this approach because nature has already shown us what happens if the liver doesn't make alpha-1 antitrypsin. They're patients, so-called null patients, who their genetic abnormality is they can't make any alpha-1 antitrypsin at all. These patients, of course, develop the emphysema. Some people think even more severe than patients, say, with ZZ. But their livers, are beautiful, very pretty, not a spot of disease, as you would expect, because they're not making the alpha-1 antitrypsin to accumulate. And now this has been mimicked. Actually, we're the third company to examine this approach. Two other companies did research in Dr. Techman's lab and showed beautifully that if you knock down the production of the Z mutant protein, not surprisingly, the disease does not manifest, and in fact, if the disease is already there and you start to treat them, if you give them enough time, the liver is a very good organ at healing itself if you just get out of its way. And so, as Dr. Techman said, you can really cure these livers. We had the advantage of seeing that data, and rather than get caught up too much in a decision-making process internally, we just went ahead and took it into humans. So we're now in human testing. So we're the first of the gene therapies that are in human testing, and that work is currently underway. I would just like to say one other thing, Karen, real quickly, and that is that I previously worked in pulmonary arterial hypertension. We actually currently are working in hepatitis. Those are both areas also that historically were very much plagued, like alpha-1, with underdiagnosis. And that underdiagnosis was in no small part driven by the fact that there weren't effective therapies. And I think the efforts by the foundation and by the clinicians involved with alpha-1 have been tremendous to try to improve diagnosis and get those rates up. But nothing turbocharges that better than effective therapy. And with effective therapies in PAH and with effective therapies in hepatitis C, you get an explosion of diagnosis. Physicians are now motivated, patients are more motivated, and lo and behold, PAH, for instance, when I trained, people thought there were a few hundred in the U.S. In fact, now currently there are tens of thousands being treated. And there, the treatments are indirect. They're not nearly as effective as I think the gene therapies are likely to be. So I think it's a very exciting time. I believe what we know about the liver disease of alpha-1 antitrypsin is probably just barely the tip of the iceberg. I think we have, scores of patients dying on a yearly basis in the U.S. and Europe that are never even known to have had alpha-1 deficiency as what drove their disease, or just being blamed on something else. But with effective therapy, I think we'll be able to change that.